I was working in the number 10 press office under David Cameron from 2011 to 2015, and my job was both as a spokesman for the Prime Minister but also helping to coordinate communications across government departments. I think the more people can have a positive and an optimistic mindset about the future, the more likely they are to succeed. So the world is changing incredibly quickly, probably more quickly than it ever has done in the past, and obviously that throws up lots of problems, but it also throws up lots of opportunities. And I think the more you can be optimistic and focus on the opportunities, the better you're going to get on. So the media landscape in a job like working in number 10 has changed hugely in the last 20 or 30 years. So when you would have had the 6 o'clock news and the 10 o'clock news and plenty of time in between those to talk to journalists and put your case across, you then have the 24-hour news channels, which mean things are much more immediate, and then obviously now Twitter and all the other social media channels come along and things are instantaneous. So there is an incredible impatience for what does the Prime Minister think about this particular issue, and it can create an atmosphere, if you're not careful, that you don't actually have time to think about things properly and consider them and reflect and take good decisions, because there's so much pressure from the media. You know, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? So that has made the job much more challenging. But there are opportunities with that as well. You've got a whole group of people who are getting their news from Facebook or Twitter or wherever it may be. So you have a new way as a politician to reach out to them. So there are disadvantages with it, but there are also advantages with it as well. So obviously there were time pressures with being a trustee of a charity whilst also having a very busy job in number 10. But actually it is possible to balance these things, and they can benefit each other. And I think it's always good to have some kind of outside interest going on rather than just having kind of your whole life being taken up by a job, even when it's a very demanding job. My advice for people who want to get involved in the world of politics would be to, as early as you can, do some kind of experience, work experience, or I suppose get involved with your local MP on campaigning or what have you. And lots of people will do this once they finish university, and they'll start to think, what am I going to do with my life, and start trying to arrange internships, what have you. But really, if you can think out the box and do that a bit earlier on, then you'll be in a much better position later. So my advice would be to try and get some work experience, try and start as early as you can in doing that, because that will then have a knock-on effect later on.